JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says he's so sad. He's so sad. The bank had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He is so sad. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon in a Bloomberg interview said that I am so sad. I'm so sad. So sad. The bank had any business relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Can't you see how sad that man is? He is so incredibly sad. But Dimon denied the firm is legally liable for the dead predator's sex trafficking. Well, because he's sad. Jamie is very sad they had a relationship. Very, very sad. The government of the U.S. Virgin Islands and an Epstein accuser are suing J.P. Morgan for allegedly enabling Epstein's crimes. Okay, well, those 2 points contradict each other. Interesting. Is that the same prosecutor in the Virgin Islands that Joe Biden just randomly went on a Christmas trip, randomly went on a Christmas trip down to the Virgin Islands and then fired that lady? Was that the attorney general down there or someone, the prosecutor that was trying to come after Chase Bank and just ironically got fired there? Didn't that same thing happen in Ukraine? Joe went over and we have him on tape saying that? I think it was the same thing because we have Joe on tape doing it in Ukraine, literally on audio, saying you better take that guy out or else you're not getting your money, your $1 billion, what have you. But you know what? Jamie Dimon's so sad, though. He is so sad. So sad. The CEO is due to be deposed in late May in the case involving Epstein, a former friend of Donald Trump. Oh, Bill Clinton. You know, it's funny because if Donald Trump really had anything to do, and I don't care, like the fact that I have to go out and defend other adult human beings here is, it makes me just like, especially politicians. But like, we got to defend Donald Trump because if someone somewhere had actual like real evidence, like a smoking gun on Donald Trump with Epstein, don't you think we would have heard about it by now? Don't you think that shoe would have dropped, that would have happened already? What are we doing here? Like, this is hilarious. This is a clown world. The fact that like Donald Trump keeps like getting thrown in here, of course, in mainstream media because they do anything they can to take out Trump, which would be fine if they did it to the other side too. If journalism was done correctly, you'd be doing this to both sides and giving context or removing context. But they do this selectively, only to one side all the time. This is why media is not trusted. This is why legacy media is gone, is completely gone. You think of anyone 45 and younger. Do you think any of them listen to ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, MSNBC? We couldn't find 1,000 people in the country under 45 years old that listen to, CNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN. Gone. They all listen to Joe Rogan. They're listening to Russell Brand. They're listening to, Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi on Substack and on Twitter, on YouTube. Like we're in a different world. And I've talked about this for a long time. The hippie bubble will be the change of this country. Once the hippie generation, the boomers, and then the end of the silent generation, they leave power in the next 10 years or so, and they are gone. The Mitch McConnells, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Joe Bidens, etc. When those people are gone, this iceberg flips completely. Just very quickly. And I've been writing an article for a while called The Hippie Bubble, actually the bursting of the hippie bubble, which is the biggest bubble. You want to talk about bubbles, like real estate and all this other stuff. The hippie bubble is the biggest bubble. It's all the hippies that are in power from local governmental positions all the way up to the highest reaches of, alphabet soup agencies in the world. That is the biggest pandemic we have by far. Close second pandemic is, men not being men, fatherless homes, men being soft, stuff like that. That's like the second 1B, we'll say. But 1A is the hippie bubble because they have caused most of that. They have caused and brainwashed people into being soft and destroying the fiat foods we have, and and the higher estrogen levels, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want to sit here and defend the guy. He doesn't need defending. He's a grown man. Like, I don't want to sit here and defend another guy. But like, boy, oh boy, don't you think this is, again, question everything with boldness. This is like the simple logic people need to be using, critical thinking that is just lost in society. That, don't you think if we had some smoking guns on Donald Trump and Epstein, we would have it by now? My goodness. I mean, but you got to throw it out there because he's been in a picture with him before. It's like when you go to Bill Clinton, the next guy. I mean, there's a thousand different things that you're like, oh my goodness, and the people, the guy just got arrested the other day by calling out Bill Gates, and Epstein just gets arrested, like, and I think I had a past. Yeah, I think he's like known for doing stuff like that, but you have to be able to see through you have to be able to see through the fog of war here a little bit, right? The fog of war is tough, but you have to be able to see through, read between the lines, and kind of, be able to recognize patterns in what happens. And that's the purpose of this. But Jamie, he is so sad. Jamie Dimon's so sad. They had a relationship. The CEO, the person that knows everything that's going on in the business, quote unquote, he's so sad. They had a relationship. He had no idea. I mean, Jamie had no idea. Again, I really don't like defending people at all. I really don't. I don't like to sit here and defend people because I don't have all the facts. All I know is that Jamie Dimon is so incredibly sad. He is so sad they had a relationship with Epstein. I mean, so is every single person that knows Jamie. They know how sad he is. So there you have it, folks. Clown world at its best. Hey, come to your own conclusions. Do your own homework. Do your own research, trust, but verify. That's what Bitcoiners do. Bitcoiners are literally above all this. Bitcoiners are zoomed out 100,000 feet. They can see exactly what's going on. They can see the risk board. Bitcoiners, the best part about Bitcoiners is they have all the they have all the chess pieces. They have the ultimate hedge. They have the ultimate speculative attack on all the chaos, on the insanity, on the dollar, on you name it, on the chaos, on the culture war. It's Bitcoin. It's removing themselves and putting themselves in a completely different system. Bitcoiners are like, yeah, this system is crumbling because it's based on debt and lies, and we're going to go over here into this new world based on merit and based on equity and based on capital, real capital, and work and proof of work and value. That's the world I want to live in. Maybe I'm biased because I tend to work hard in my life, and that's what got me to, amass certain amounts of wealth and play professional hockey and do a lot of things. You call me crazy, but it wasn't because I was just like, oh, hey, you're just given all these things. And then, are there things that have to happen in your life that go domino? Yeah, of course. But you have to work hard in order for those things to take place as well. So nothing will actually come to fruition unless you work hard, put the work in every single day. So here's your clown world, guys. As long as we know that Jamie is sad, he is very sad, very, very, very sad. It's here we go with Trump again. It's again, have to defend the guy because the legacy media continue doing stupid things left and right, and I thought, by the way, the Johnson Bank Secrecy Act, 1964. I thought I would have gotten rid of all this stuff. Know your customer, KYC, AML. I just saw AML in here. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. This was supposed to be in here, instituted, so we can get rid of stuff like this and figure this stuff out, right? So again, another way I'm trying to show you that the system is a simulation. It's rigged against you. And there's no fixing it. Like, you're not going to fix it. You don't, what are you going to do? Get into power and become president? Number one, there's only one person can do that. Number two, that guy don't have much power. Not nearly as much as you think he does. So you better figure out a different way. And the only way I know how is Bitcoin. It's changing the money. It's using a different system. And when you do that, you give the old system less power and you bring more power to the new system. A system that's not controlled by anybody. Rules without rulers. That's a system where we all win. And it cannot be broached. It cannot be censored. It cannot be changed. It cannot be counterfeited away. It cannot be spread around unless there's work involved for every single Satoshi there is. And that's the world we are moving to. Whether the establishment, the legacy system likes it or not, it don't matter. That train's left the station. Your dog don't hunt anymore. The fiat system don't hunt anymore. And as evidenced by, I don't know, maybe the debt you saddled our generations with. This is a crumbling of the empire. And it's the old empire, the legacy empire. It's the dollar. We can still have the founding documents. We just won't have the dollar. We'll have Bitcoin. We'll still have the founding documents. It'll make it even stronger and even better, actually. And I was just talking in an interview earlier today with Dante Cook, who's phenomenal, one of the smartest guys out there. And we were just talking about how the founding documents are amazing, but they're regional. They're local. And we've tried to export our republic to places all around the world. We've tried on one side, and the other side, we've tried to export our wokeness and ESG and all this as well. Hillary Clinton, Civil Society 2.0, and all this jazz. And it doesn't work. You need the money. Money is the missing piece. But now with Bitcoin, it's global. So now the white paper is stronger and is bigger than the Constitution, because now we can have a global money that defunds every government, every people can defund their government, and now bring in those documents on their own accord instead of being forced by Americans and the U.S. military. So now, and the CIA and the intelligence agencies, so now people can defund their government, never to come back again, and bring in and institute those founding documents, the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, etc., and live and govern themselves with those documents. So now you're merging the global Bitcoin and fixing the money with the local, the regional, which is the founding, the documents, the governing documents of your country. Now we have the perfect fusion. So let me know your thoughts on that. This is just an aha we had today, kind of going through this and really putting some of these different thoughts that I've had together, and he helped me kind of bring those all around together. So please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. Jamie's so sad. Jamie Dimon is so sad. He had a relationship with Epstein. His bank did. He had no idea. How could he know? How would he know? I mean, you're crazy. You are crazy if you think that that's the case. So he is so sad. That's all we need to know, is that Jamie is very sad. And share this out, because the algorithm hates truth. Clearly, the legacy system is crumbling, and the news sources of media and journalism are winning. And that will continue as the hippie bubble bursts. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. It's not financial advice, it's freedom advice. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.